Can I help?
No, you're okay, thank you.
You have to have permission to take photographs or film.
I have permission, thank you.
Yeah, who do you have permission from?
Pardon?
Who do you have permission from?
The person I need to get permission from.
Okay. Can you tell me their details?
Sure. The starts with Article 10, finishes with the Human Rights Act.
No, okay, we'll have to ask you to leave for it.
I'm on a publicly accessible area.
No, have you seen all the signs that say...
Yeah, beyond this point, and do you know what the other sign says? It's publicly accessible up to the reception, so this is actually part of the publicly accessible area. So if you want to follow your own signs, we'll follow your signs, and that's fine, and I'll stand.
Today's encounter is a masterclass in the clash between public rights, police powers, and the gray areas in between. We're at the Cambridge Police Headquarters, where a lone filmer is about to go head-to-head with multiple officers, plainclothes, uniformed, and even civilian staff. This isn't just about filming, it's about knowing the law, testing the limits, and challenging authority when it might be overstepping. From Article 10 of the Human Rights Act to the controversial use of terrorism legislation, this case has it all: power plays, legal misunderstandings, and a few eyebrow-raising exchanges. Pay close attention, because we're going to break down not only what's happening in the moment, but also the exact legal framework behind it. And trust me, there are moments here that will make you question whether the officers truly knew the rules they were trying to enforce.
Only, and no filming of photography allowed without prior written permission. Such signs are a common feature at many official buildings, but what is their legal standing? This is a pivotal question. In the United Kingdom, if private property, such as the grounds of this police station, is open to the public, you generally have an implied license to be there for lawful purposes. This can include filming and photography. While the landowner can ask you to cease filming and leave the premises, refusing to do so would typically amount to civil trespass, not a criminal offence in England and Wales. This means that while police can use reasonable force to remove a trespasser, they cannot arrest them for simple trespass alone. The initial exchange is with a plainclothed officer who immediately questions the right to film.
Doing what I'm doing. Who are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Don't want to tell you.
Hey, exactly, there you go. You're going to try and give me orders, you don't even want to identify who you are.
Come with me.
No, I'm good. I'm good. You can go have a look, thank you.
In fact, because you don't want to give me details, I think you possibly pose a terrorist risk.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
If I seize that, then...
You're going to seize this?
Yeah. And then
why?
Because I think you might be doing something for like terrorist.
So, do you know the memo by the National Police Chiefs Council?
So what I'll do, if I take that, and then I'll review that, and then if there's any...
How about I show you the footage now? Okay. I've been here 5 minutes, alright, and I don't want you to see this, my only phone. Terrorism for public photography.
Hang on. I spoke to you, yeah? You said, I've got permission, and I said, who from? And then you didn't give me the details, so I immediately...
I did give you details.
No, you didn't. You said...
Article 10 of the Human Rights Act, yes. Freedom of expression, freedom of the press.
So then I think...
Do you know what that means?
What's that guy doing?
Do you know the oath that you took to uphold your oath?
So I think, what's that guy doing? That's a bit odd.
So you're incriminating my right to silence and my right to privacy, is what you're saying?
I'm making sure that you're up to no good.
The person filming correctly cites their rights under Article 10 of the Human Rights Act. Article 10 of the Human Rights Act 1998 protects the right to freedom of expression. This fundamental right includes the freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impart information and ideas without interference by public authority. This protection extends to photography and videography. It is a qualified right, meaning it can be restricted, but only when it is lawful, necessary, and proportionate for reasons such as national security, public safety, or to protect the rights of others. The situation escalates when the officer suggests seizing the phone under terrorism legislation. This is a significant claim with serious implications. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act 2000 grants a constable the power to stop and search a person they reasonably suspect to be a terrorist. The purpose is to find evidence of terrorism. However, simply filming a police station is not, in itself, an act of terrorism. Guidance from the National Police Chiefs Council, NPCC, and the Metropolitan Police's own guidelines clarify that taking photographs of police buildings is not inherently suspicious.
Phone and accuse me of being a terrorist?
No, I said under the terrorist legislation I might take the device because you were being...
If you suspect me of being a terrorist?
Yeah.
So you suspect me of being a terrorist?
So recording the police buildings at that time, I was thinking he's gone past the signs that say no filming. Now actually that thing at the sign at the start says you can film. So happy days, yeah? So I engage with you and you say you got permission, would tell me who from.
Right.
I didn't think you were allowed to be here, but actually it does say past this point.
Thank
that's
you.
Good. But at that time I'm thinking, what's he using the footage for? Because we've had people before, like filming the doors, the accesses and all that, which
Okay.
obviously is worrying.
Again, are you aware of the memo that was circulated in December
So
by the National Police Chiefs Council?
So I've asked to see the footage. So I've asked to see the footage, and you
I
showed me
don't
the
have to
footage.
let you finish. That's the problem.
So you've asked.
Yeah, I've asked you a question. Do you know of the memo from the National Police Chiefs Council? No. Then you should. There is absolutely no excuse. There is every constable, every member of constable in the country is supposed to be fully briefed on this issue.
We've had a look at the footage. It looks like you've just come here to film in the public access, public areas. So if you stay in the public areas, happy day.
And what if I don't? What if I go down there or down there? Then what?
Down there?
Yeah.
Then I expect that you'll be trespassing.
Sure.
And then you'll have to leave.
Okay. And what if I refuse to leave?
Then I'll remove your device because I think you're probably doing something.
So you're going to remove my device for engaging in a civil trespass, although you've just seen the footage.
Because well, I don't know what you're going to. The only one of the reasons I think you may be going on that, I suspect that you want to sort of look at access and things like that. So that would worry me. So I'd remove that and check the footage. And then see what's on there. If there's anything on there that could sort of give away, I don't know, you put it on YouTube and it shows you access routes and all that lot, take it to the court and they might decide.
You really think that would go to the courts? Mate, you would find yourself in civil litigation before you could say shit.
So we'd have a look at that. And if there's nothing on there.
Officer's challenge, who do you have permission from, sets the tone for a legal tug-of-war. The filmer's response, citing Article 10, isn't just a snappy comeback, it's legally significant. Article 10 doesn't require prior approval for filming in a publicly accessible area. What's fascinating here is how quickly the conversation shifts from permission to suspicion. This escalation is a common tactic. When the first justification fails, the focus moves to potential criminal intent. This is exactly why understanding the scope of your rights is critical. It keeps the narrative grounded in law rather.
For an officer to have a reasonable suspicion of terrorism, they would need more than just the act of filming. An arrest under Section 58A of the Terrorism Act 2000, for instance, would require a reasonable suspicion that the photographs were taken to provide practical assistance to a person committing or preparing an act of terrorism. The person filming repeatedly asks the officer for identification, which is another crucial right. Yes, police officers are generally required to identify themselves when exercising their powers. A uniformed officer should provide their details upon request unless circumstances make it unreasonable. A plainclothed officer exercising police powers must show their warrant card when asked. This is a vital safeguard for public accountability. The reference to Wayne Couzens, a police officer who used his warrant card to commit heinous crimes, underscores public concern and the importance of this identification process. Subsequently, a civilian staff member, who is not a police officer, confronts the filmer.
You're just another Wayne Couzens, aren't you?
You have a nice day in the...
So yeah, try not to murder anyone, try not to rape anyone, try not to take pictures of anybody in your care.
Enjoy.
Try not to strip search any 14-year-old girls, is what you police like to do. Especially ones like you who refuse to identify.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't even show your warrant card.
Yeah, come on, taking care of that.
Taking pictures.
It's right, you're gonna get an IOPC complaint.
Okay, no problem.
That's fine, trying to abuse Terrorism Act. Considering there's a memo from the Chiefs Council.
BC2249 McDonald.
Yeah, I've got it all on camera, that's fine.
And we could show them the footage. That's cool.
Yeah, that's fine, I will show them footage. You're going to abuse your powers despite the memo that you're all supposed to be briefed on.
ID to show me.
Well, you first.
Are you an officer?
Pardon?
You're a police officer?
Well, I'm not answering any questions until you tell me who you are. So,
Head of
Stephen Smith, 6995, lovely. You're what's that, PC, DS, DC? Your rank?
Senior manager, MB3.
Senior manager, so you're not a police officer?
No, just checking who you are then.
Oh, why would you want my ID if you're not even a police officer?
Because there's a sign there saying
Aye.
no access beyond that point.
And have I gone past that point?
I can get a police officer.
I've already spoken to two and I've just sent them on their way. They've already done their walk of shame or cycle of shame. They've already tried everything in the book, so you crack on.
Why are you talking to me like this?
Because you've just come up without saying, good afternoon.
This highlights the importance of ascertaining the authority of the person you are interacting with. A civilian employee does not possess police powers and cannot enforce laws or demand identification in the same manner as a constable.
The officer jumps from questioning permission to hinting at terrorism legislation. This is a huge leap. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act requires reasonable suspicion based on concrete indicators, not just filming in a public access space. The National Police Chiefs Council guidelines even say photography isn't inherently suspicious, but notice how the officer frames the concern: access points, doors, and security features. This is a legitimate worry in high-security environments, but it doesn't automatically meet the threshold for invoking anti-terror powers. This is where the filmer's insistence on the NPCC memo becomes crucial. It's a way of holding the officer to...
Segment of the encounter involves several more officers, including a sergeant, who adopt a different strategy. They contend that the filming is causing staff to feel uncomfortable. While it is understandable that staff may feel uneasy, another person's discomfort is not, in itself, a legal basis to curtail a lawful activity. The police's role is to enforce the law, not to mediate feelings in this context. The sergeant's deliberate rephrasing from distress to uncomfortable is a tactical move to avoid any implication of a criminal public order offence, which would necessitate a higher threshold of causing alarm or distress.
Likely to leave the premises, if that's all right?
You're on private premises?
And yourself?
Well, I'd have to talk to you, you'd have to talk to me. I'm happy to show you my identification.
So you can hear us then, because you've just asked for our identification, so you clearly know what we're talking about, okay? Now, can I ask for your reason being here? Or you're on private land?
I was trying to lip read.
Okay.
Could you just make that a bit more pronounced for me?
You're on private land?
Private land?
Yes.
Right.
This is the police area and you're on private land, so
We're just
I'd be
asking
gratefully appreciative. I'd be greatly appreciative if you could leave our land, please.
Leave?
Yes.
Why?
Because you don't have no reason to be here, do you? What is your reason for being here?
Again?
What is your reason for being here?
What? I got what?
Is.
Say it again.
Is.
Is.
Your.
Or.
Your. With a Y.
Or.
Your.
What is or?
What we'll do, I know you're recording obviously, so we'll just speak to that and then you can listen to that later. I imagine that's coming through your headphones anyway. But we're coming to speak to you because people have reported that you're taking photos of their personal vehicles while they're
really difficult to live. You've got stuff, you've got stains around your lips.
That's nice, you can listen to it about later. So people have complained that you're taking pictures of their personal vehicles and that's caused them some concern because obviously it's a police building and sometimes people do stuff called hostile reconnaissance where they record information about police officers and police staff for sort of malicious purposes, basically. Excuse me. So that's causing people concern. You're not committing a crime at the minute, but there is obviously a sign that says that there isn't any photography permitted on private property. So asking you nicely to leave. I think it's reasonable to give you an appropriate time in which to do that. So we're going to go away, and what we'd like to do, we'll come back in 10 minutes, and we'd like you to have left. All right. And you can read that. You can listen to that back later in your headphones. All right.
So what was that last bit?
You can listen to. Have you recorded it? So you can listen to it back.
I don't want to listen to it back. So I'm going to continue recording.
Okay. Well, do you want to talk to me now? You're taking your headphones out.
Go on.
PC
one
agreeable with you.
137. P3 137. I'll suggest get in your car and drive away. You're not going to get any more response out of me than you are than they are.
That's absolutely fine.
The uniform does not intimidate me any more than your plain clothes does. Oh, is it not? No. That's funny.
People feel more comfortable.
Yeah. Funny that, because the psychology behind it says different. If you actually look at Ash's studies from the 70s, his studies on compliance and uniform actually state the opposite.
I didn't know
so
that.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm actually a psychologist. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like you said, you sort of intimated that you took exception to there being three police officers here. So I'm going to leave because
go for it. You do what you want to do.
More to say to you. But yeah, we'll leave you in colleagues' capable hands. All right.
I love that. Detective sergeant's got to get a PC to handle his dirty work.
Look, I just
love
want
it.
to make you as comfortable as possible, so I'll introduce myself as PC137. I've had no idea as to what this incident is about. What's going on here?
Well, I'm sure they.
Conversation turns to trespass, a civil matter, not criminal. But the officer still connects it back to seizing the device. That's a serious stretch. Removing someone's property over a non-criminal trespass without clear evidence of a linked criminal act could open the door to legal repercussions for the police themselves. You can sense the filmer's confidence rising here. Phrases like civil litigation before you could say are more than bravado. They're signaling awareness of the legal vulnerabilities. In the officer's approach, this is where many People trip up. They confuse being asked to leave with being under arrest, when the two are very different situations.
Just informed you of that over at the car when you were stood there.
The filmer also correctly distinguishes between filming a public building and a private residence, where there is a much greater expectation of privacy. So, what are the key lessons from this encounter? Know your rights. A solid understanding of fundamental laws like the Human Rights Act and police powers can be empowering in these situations. Publicly accessible private land. You can generally film on private land that is open to the public. If you are asked to leave, you should comply to avoid a civil trespass claim, but police powers in such a scenario are limited. Challenge overreach. It is important to politely question an officer's reasoning, particularly when they cite serious legislation like the Terrorism Act without clear and justifiable grounds. Demand identification. Always request an officer's name, rank, and, if they are in plain clothes, their warrant card. Remain calm and articulate. The person filming, for the most part, maintains a calm demeanor and clearly articulates their legal position. This is often more effective than becoming confrontational. This encounter serves as a potent real-world illustration of the delicate interplay between public access, freedom of expression, and police authority. By comprehending these principles, we can all become more informed citizens. It is important to remember that this video is for educational purposes, and the law can be intricate. Should you ever find yourself in a similar situation, being well informed is your most valuable asset. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell for more content that empowers you with knowledge.